Mr. President, fellow world leaders, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to join you all on behalf of the government and people of Papua New Guinea. I want to commend the United States government and President Biden for co-hosting this summit with the governments and leaders of Costa Rica, the Netherlands, the Republic of Zambia, and the Republic of Korea. Our world is faced with many challenges, including erosions of democratic values. Respect for rules-based order, accountable and transparent leadership, and responsibility towards good governance and other values fundamental to democracy is being tested in many parts of the world. On this note, I'd like to commend President Biden, the leader of the free world, to host this important meeting and for us to converse on the need to entrench democracy. Just like all of you, my country was founded on the fundamental ideals and principles of democracy, as carefully enshrined in our nation's constitution, where liberty, freedom, equality, justice, human rights, and dignity of persons is paramount and the rule of law is foundational. 47 years on, Papua New Guinea is a thriving democracy. Of course, we have had our own fair share of challenges, like any democratic nation, but we continue to survive the test of our democracy. Mr. President, our challenges include addressing law and order, addressing issues of corruption and bribery, election-related violence, gender-based violence, cybercrime, and many others, including the lack of economic opportunities for my people. However, our three separate arms of government under our Constitution have provided us the means and ways to address these issues and provide for stability and security. Mr. President, I took office in 2019 as Prime Minister in a democratic process, and since then we have been working to address some of these issues and challenges. And I am pleased to inform this auspicious forum that 4 years on we are reforming to entrench the democracy, promote good governance, secure rule of law for Papua New Guinea, and increase the economic wealth of our people and our country. Whilst democracy may not be a perfect system, we do acknowledge that it has its merits in terms of providing the citizenry equal opportunities for them to participate in all spheres of economic, social, and political life of a nation. It also provides for the check and balance mechanisms under the Constitution and guarantees our people their human rights and, more importantly, right to seek and redress through legal means. Mr. President, Papua New Guinea is committed to the Year of Action agenda, and I want to put spotlight on a number of key initiatives that we are undertaking. This includes the strengthening of our leadership watchdog, the Ombudsman Commission, setting up of the Independent Commission Against Corruption to fight corruption, strengthening of our free media, reforming our electoral process to ensure people vote fairly and correctly, devolution of powers to lower levels of government, and of course, increasing penalties for crimes, especially against our women and our children, and our continued subscription to United Nations Convention on Human Rights. Mr. President, my country, Papua New Guinea, is turning 50 years in 2025, and under my leadership and my generation of leaders, we are working very hard to entrench our democratic system of government so that democracy prevails as the next generation assumes leadership into the future. PNG will continue to voice its support for those whose territorial boundaries have been disrespected, including those whose rights and voices needs to be heard. We must continue to be vigilant over acts of violence or aggression that compromises these fundamental rights. The principles of democracy are founded on the rights of life, livelihood, and property. I want to thank you all for the opportunity to speak in this very important Summit for Democracy 2023. God bless.